not what to say. They're gathered at Fortemps Manor. That is up there with going back to the Waking Sands and finding all the bodies scattered around the place in terms of just all the emotions. Mostly rage and anger and sadness simultaneously. The others are... Please enter, Master Shade.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
Dad said go fuck him up. I say we listen to Dad.
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Oh, God, that music. I know that song, but I'm not remembering where I know it from. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Hodgefont took us in. Our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. It is utmost to raise our spirits, so that we might face our troubles with courage, conviction, so that we might face them as knights. I must press on with our mission. Tadaru, pray to return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Emeric Archon. I worry for his well-being. Okay, so you can walk off the ledge, but you can't jump over it. That's a choice. Hello? Why is it marked here? There's nothing you can... It's marked there, and it's also marked through here. What the hell is with the marker there? Thought going for a walk was worthwhile there. Really curious why there's a quest marker there. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, yes, of course.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits.
No.
Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage.
As
I
long
dare
as you
say
admit
you
it.
know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well?
As long as they continue to take the benefit of those sins.
Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment?
Have you done anything to make it better? Or have you just kept making it worse?
Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice.
So don't even try. Got it.
This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause. A more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught?
That their loved ones died because you continue to lie to them? Yeah, maybe.
Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well.
Unfortunately, you refuse to be brainwashed.
Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well.
Clearly, he means to destroy all dragons.
During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Ser Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
Now we just need some
Seven
crystals.
hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Master Shade, Master Alfino. I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyrn's heart for what he did to Harchefont. Yes, yes, of course. You two are close, I know. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Archon and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult, even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We'll have great need of each other in the days to come. You may have a count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. By my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in the search for the Archbishop. Archon, Master Alfino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Archon. I believe we have much to discuss. You say you want a revolution? The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop, on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Loniette has informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. And the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was, not long ago. The Archbishop has not been seen since the airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu, and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Helena has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the beastman's wrath. Said! I think we both know the perfect candidate, Archon. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Star Steel Manufactory. See, then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Sid! Sid, go find me someplace. Sid, I need an airship. Sid, help. Sid. Sid, we gotta go fuck up the guy who killed Harchefont. You wanna help? Oh, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you been getting up to lately? Went with Shiva to go find the dragons, found out the temples are kind of a bunch of assholes, punched some knights to rescue Sir Emmerich, and now they flew off to some place called Oz's Law. Oh, and they killed Harchefont. You wanna go help me deal with that? You haven't heard, have you? Oh, right, I killed Nidhogg, too. Almost forgot about that. That's like... not that important in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, killed Nidhogg. Ish. Maybe? I think. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Ozzy's Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No. It's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. Or is the itty-bitty living space? From what he told Archon, the Oshans tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I couldn't see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckon I was due to deliver you into it. Into the fire as it is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. You do love that word, don't you? She'll join you anon. Anon, 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 anon. Always anon with you. Is it your word of the day calendar every day? Nope. There. Oh, hi. Boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Ah! Pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Oriange and Riol are pursuing promising leads. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Archon. Shall we get going? I don't know what that voice was. Come on. Just take me wherever it is I'm going.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.